How's it going, guys? Today I want to talk about time, and when I say that, I don't mean literal time like 45 hours and 54 minutes. By the way, that's how much disk space remains on my computer to record from Audacity, which isn't a whole lot. It's like 50 gigs. Anyways, or am I talking about like the idea of time as we perceive it? I mean the amount of time it takes to gather either a respect for something or an understanding, or to have at least a good opinion of it. And the first thing I want to say is like I've been playing Dark Souls kind of recently, and it was literally the 7th time I went into playing it, trying to play this game, trying to get into it, that finally it clicked. I'm like, oh, this is good. I like this. And I don't know if it was just finally my brain just went, you do like this. You have to like this. You've played it for too much. You've played it too much to not enjoy this. And so I started liking it, but I don't think that's what it is. I think it's finally, it just took that time. I've also been watching an LP of the second one. Not playing that, I'm playing the Dark. Oh my god, I'm playing Dark Souls 1 because I own it. And I don't own Dark Souls 2, and I've heard Dark Souls 1 is better anyways. But it finally got to where it finally clicked. And literally when I say this is my 7th attempt, it did actually take 7 times trying it. I mean, that's not a lie. The first 1 through 6, I hated it. Well, I'd say 1 and 2, I felt like, I just, maybe I'm not picking the right class, and that's probably true. But definitely through 3 through 6, just did not like it. Finally, like it. So that's good. But, you know, when it comes to things like that, it's just how much time you need to give. And I would say I had played Dark Souls for over 20 hours before that, and that's plenty of time. It's more than enough time to know for even an RPG if you're gonna like the game. But it wasn't, not for me. And so that kind of comes to the thing that there's a standard that you need to give certain things a certain amount of time. Like they'd say for like a TV show, give it at least 6 episodes, unless it's really story heavy, then give it the whole first season. And that's great. It makes sense because, for example, BoJack Horseman. Everyone I've heard talk about really like that show. They think it's just great. And I could never get into it. And I'm like, well, I'll watch it. I watched half the season. I just didn't like it. I was wrong. Actually, I didn't watch half the season, and this is how much I didn't like it. I only watched 2 episodes, so I watched 40 minutes, and I'm like, oh my god, I've been watching this for 6 episodes. I haven't. So I finally went back and started watching it, and by episode 3, so literally the next episode, I'm like, it's funny. That's funny. So I laughed 3 times. I'm like, that's not bad. I laugh every 10 minutes, not even, actually a little better. So I think, that's okay, and then so I kept watching. I'm like, I like it. It's charming. I don't love it, though. I don't seem to like it nearly as much as anyone else who talks about it. I really don't like Aaron Paul's character. His voice is annoying. It's weird. Like, it didn't bug me as much in Breaking Bad, but that's probably because he's, I don't know. I guess because in the beginning you're supposed to hate him. And then you kind of grow to love him because he's more developed within 5 seasons than he is in the first 6 episodes or 7 episodes of BoJack Horseman. But anyways, I do like the show after giving it a certain amount of time. And that's the thing, like, obviously judging a book by its cover, don't do that. But I even, don't judge a book by its first 4 or 5 chapters. So I think when forming an opinion, you have to actually know what you're talking about. And I do actually do this as well. I think we all do it, that we sort of hear opinions on stuff and then go, oh, I don't like that. For example, I don't like oh god, what was it? I don't like Jay-Z. I don't know why, really, honestly. He's a musician or rapper, R&B, whatever. I'm not familiar with him, but I know I don't like him. Why? I don't know. I've never given him any time. I'm not going to, because I really, honestly don't think I listen to punk, so it's not very likely that he's going to be within my genre that I listen to. So I think that's fine, but at the same time, I can't say I dislike him, not truly, because I don't know anything about him, but because popular opinion tells me that he's not good, or at least the opinions I hear. And so that's kind of another thing is, don't let the man or society tell you what you're supposed to think. Come up with your own opinions, but also that if you think you're hating on something or you dislike something without knowing it, don't. Like a lot of people, I feel like, well, obviously I know bash Twilight. It's still a better love story than Twilight, and I don't think a lot of those people haven't read or seen it. They just don't like it, not like it, because they think they're not supposed to. I have actually seen the first movie. I did not like it. I thought it was very bad. And then I had seen the trailers and stuff, and then people talk about it. I'm like, okay, so clearly my opinion from the first film greatly carries over to the rest of them. Just one thing, love stories, I don't usually care for them. And then two, what should make a vampire not be awesome? I just know, okay? Like, God, what happened to vampires? But I could go on and on about that. I might, actually. I just had an idea. It's still October. But later commentary. Sorry, a little bit silent. Couldn't think of the word. I was going to say episode, but I don't call these aren't episodic or episodes, which I said redundant. Oh my God. Anyways, another thing I want to talk about was my look at, or my first impressions of Shadow of Mordor. By the way, I ended up liking the game. I still like it. Solid 8. Still the best game I've played on the new generation of consoles. Sorry, I'm trying to hold in a burp, so my voice changed a little bit there, maybe. But it's kind of pointless because I didn't want to burp because it'd be embarrassing, I guess. That'd be kind of gross. I don't really like the idea of it. Anyways, that was a big aside that didn't matter. I would cut out, but I'm lazy. Literally, and I said this in my thoughts video of it, my post synopsis, that if I had waited and done one more mission, I would have given a much better first impressions, because it would have been a better video, because I would have literally then seen everything. But I had played for 8 hours, and I felt like 8 hours, they've shown me everything. I know what this game is. Good. I now have a good, solid opinion of this game. I was wrong. It took more than 8 hours. It took 8 hours and 10 minutes, as it turned out. But that's just the really thing, is that you gotta get to give things time. I just realized I slowed down when I was saying, because I felt like I was going too fast and losing my words. Didn't help. Don't think it helped at all. Anyways, that's about all I have to say. So, like, if the next time that you're thinking like, oh, I don't like this, make sure you don't like this, and not just that you think you shouldn't like this. So if you're seeing something about a game and you're thinking, no, I hate that game, you can play it. I'm not saying necessarily buy it. That's another thing, though, of course, because it comes with money and time. Both those things are precious. This might be twice as long a video now, because I just realized that's really important. I do not plan these commentaries too far in advance. I just think of something and I should talk about that on the internet. I can be winded. So, also, time and money. That's very important, because I was able to waste 20 hours on Dark Souls before I figured out I liked it. Most people can't, well, I'm going to say most people, but a lot of people can't do that. People don't have that much time, or they just don't have that kind of patience. But, I mean, that is a big commitment, Don't just... Here's the thing. If it's something that's going to cost money and time, and one of those things is very precious to you, watch some reviews, look some stuff up about it, and then if you're not getting a good feel, maybe take a risk. If you just really can't go heads or tails, like, everything's either, a lot of people are like, this game's okay, this game's great, this game's okay, this game's great, this game's shit, because Metascore. So that's another thing. Don't base anything off of Metascore, because seriously, sometimes people are dicks. I've seen like something got a Metascore of 10, and it brought something down from like what would have been like an 80 to like a 60. Alright, because some dick didn't get it. So that kind of happens. But that's about all I have to say. Again, if you guys have any ideas for things you want to hear me talk about, go ahead and put it in the comments. if there's any time that you had experienced time problems or moments in time, I don't know how to phrase this, what I'm talking about. If you have something you want to comment that is related to it, go ahead. Also, if you want to talk about something not related to it, that's fine too. I'm not going to get offended unless you say that I am not pretty, then I'm going to be upset. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time.